Hello my lovely friends, welcome back to my channel, or if it's your first time here, hi, my name is Melissa or Missa. Welcome. Today, as you can see by the title, I'm going to be doing some, I don't know what it's even going to be titled, some first impressions, like one or two, some new makeup to me, some that's been in my drawers for months but I've not played with it on my channel, that kind of thing. I'm just going to be like play with makeup that I haven't played with on my channel but it isn't necessarily new, and doing some first impressions on it. I don't know, I'll probably still call it a full face first impression just because that's easier. Things like this new-ish BPERFECT setting spray, this foundation that's probably been out for years but I've never tried it, elf powder, a primer, some concealer, do you know what I mean? Just a bunch of like random stuff that I've definitely not filmed with on my channel and I want to film with them and give you my first impressions on them. So that's what we're going to do today. I don't know if this eye look will already be up or if it will come next, but I did film the eyes in a separate video, if you're wondering. But yeah, that's what we're going to do today. So if you want to fanny about me putting some makeup on, and then why don't you just stay tuned. Who do I speak to about that? What's that about? I did not give you permission. My period is due. Thanks. I'm going to start off with a primer I've had for Yonky Doodle Dandies and never tried. It's my Maybelline Face Studio Primer. This is back maybe a year or two, 10 years ago, when I said I was going to do a full face Maybelline. Still haven't done it. Pretty sure. Don't think I have. Who knows? Time goes by and my brain is poo. I'm going to try this Pore Minimizing Primer with blurring powders. This could be good. I have Uno Wrinkly It's not going to come out. Oh no, is it very stiff? Ew. I'm still going to use it. I'm a masochist. I usually prefer like a lovely all over moisturiser, but if this promises to blur my pores, I could be totally on board with it. It feels nice. It kind of feels like Benefit Professional. I wonder if it's a bit of a dupe for that. Her nurse. Is it supposed to be this thick? I imagine it is. I think it is supposed to be this thick. I usually use a blurring primer on my forehead anyway, my Hylamide HA Blur one, for my wrinkles, and it definitely works. I still get ID'd for like buying my vape juice, so let's try. And then I'm very excited to try this foundation. This is not, again, a new product at all, but I've never tried it, and it's a drugstore foundation. This is the L'Oreal Infallible 32 Hour Fresh Wear. I have this because Daniela got it for me because it's one of those products that is so important to her. She buys it for other people to use, and she got it, I think she got it like almost free because she had like a Sephora voucher to spend, so she decided to use it on me. And I'm going to try it, and together we picked the shade 20 Ivory, which we'll see. We'll see what happens. And I'm going to start with my brush because it's my favourite. Very liquidy. And that was maybe like 1.5 pumps. I'm way more into a full coverage base in the winter. I think that colour looks alright. I think we can make this work. That's not terrible, is it? Yeah, this is her like ride or die drugstore foundation. Bangs on about it all the time. Yeah, I'm very impressed with that colour match actually. That is really not bad at all. Going on real nice with the brush. I wouldn't say my pores underneath it look very blurred, thank you Maybelline. Bitch. But we'll see, because we're obviously going to have to test this like out throughout the day, see how it holds up, see how it looks. That's the point of testing new makeup, and how has everyone been? I just filmed this eye, well I'm mid-filming this eye look, because I'm off today. I was off yesterday as well. But yesterday I was on the phone to Scottish Power for like 17 hours because it's really hard to speak to anyone in these companies, and eventually got through to someone, and then by the end of the call I was so drained I didn't film and I went to my parents' house and had dinner. So yeah, I'm filming 2 videos today, and then tomorrow I'm going to film. This is looking nice. It's not blowing me away. I've got a hair on my face. It's not like oh my goodness blowing me away, but it looks definitely like the kind of foundation I will reach for, especially for going to work every day, because you don't want to use your expensive ones for work. Again, it's not like utterly blowing me away, but I like it. I like it so far. I wouldn't say full coverage, but I would say a good solid medium. Let's do the big zoom in, shall we? That's what my skin's looking like. It just looks, I've got hair there. It just looks like skin. It doesn't look too heavy. You can still see my spot in there. I mean, I can't believe I've got a spot on the end of my nose. But like, it still looks really nice. In terms of concealer, I don't really have a brand new one, again, to try. But I do have two, well, I do have a brand new one. This is the LOREAL Brightening Concealer, which is from Aldi. And then I have this BPERFECT one that I don't really think I've given an actual opportunity to. But the shade is N2. And it looks very dark compared to my base, but I'm thinking I could add the Aldi one on top. People proper rave about Aldi makeup. So I'm excited to try this concealer, but I don't know. I'm a big fan of like less coverage foundation and then a super solid high coverage concealer. I feel like that just makes my skin look great because it's not like caking it in really heavy foundation, but just like caking it in really heavy concealer, you know. Makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? I think I've tried this BPERFECT one once. I've still not tried the BPERFECT foundation. I've heard so many different reviews on it. It seems like a love or a hate product. Really should pick it up, like if it's on sale on TikTok shop or something, but I don't know, I just see people use it and it looks so heavy and thick and I'm not sure it's actually going to be my cup of tea. So I don't know, you need to tell me if I need to buy it, like bite the bullet and buy it and try it, tell me. That colour's not actually that bad, it's proper just blending into my base. This is my BK, I think it's the 101 brush, it's just the titties. I love it so much. Yeah, I don't actually think that colour is too bad. I wouldn't say the coverage is excellent, however my base does look very evened out. I think that spot's pretty much gone. Yeah, I'm digging it. I like when I do test new products and it goes well, because you see, if I hate my foundation or my primer or my concealer, it ruins my whole day and then I don't want to keep the makeup on. Let's put a bit of this Aldi one like under my eyes maybe. Oh, that's quite thick. I think that's the only place I kind of need a bit of brightening. Oh, it is brightening. I mean, it will be. It's the shade 1, so this is probably the palest shade that they do. My Aldi never gets good makeup in. And it actually recently, they brought the good Aldi perfumes into my store, but not my favourite one, the Peony one. I still have like half a bottle left of my previous one, but I do need to find some more, because I wear it to work like pretty much every day. And I get compliments on it as well, on an Aldi perfume. Okay, let's do another zoom in, see how this base is looking a lot closer up. I mean, it looks pretty flawless, I would say. That spot's still there, but whatever. I'm going to set my under eyes, just my very under eyes, with some loose powder, and then we will put on my new face powder together. I just used my Laura Mercier underneath my eyes to set it because it is great. I picked up what feels like months ago the e.l.f. powder. This is the e.l.f. Camo powder foundation. I picked up the shade Fair 150C. I love being out of focus. I hate my camera. I'm actually probably better filming on my phone, but whatever. So it's a powder foundation, but I'm going to use it as a setting powder. I often do this with powder foundations like MAC Studio Fix, my Maybelline one, any like powder foundation. I just feel like it's really good for setting foundation, especially if you like fuller coverage, like definitely if you like fuller coverage. But this has got so many, like, I think I've seen like mostly positive reviews on it as a dupe for like Studio Fix kind of thing. I've never personally used Studio Fix as a powder foundation. I use it as a setting powder. I wouldn't even know how to use a powder foundation. Like, do you do your concealer first? Do you do your concealer after? How can you blend stuff on top, like creams on top of a powder base? I don't get it. Oops. Well, I've just shot us in the foot there, because I should have not set my face and used some of my new cream products. Look, it's been a while since I've filmed properly. Let me get back into the swing of it. This looks nice. Yeah, my face feels really set. Boys, can you stop shedding your hair on my makeup brushes? That would make my life so much easier. I love you so much. But just stop it. Right, one last zoom in to look at the now set base. Fine, right? Nothing wrong with it. I look completely like a blank canvas. Like my skin is completely like flat and matte and it looks nice. Definitely looks good for winter. Not upset with any of my base, to be quite honest. I think it looks quite nice. I'd happily go to work with this base on, and I feel like it's probably going to be quite long lasting because that e.l.f. powder is a powder foundation. This product, oh well, it's this. It's the BPERFECT 1 Dew 3 Prep Set Refresh, right? Their setting spray. Longevity Facial Mist. Can we talk about how outrageously ugly that packaging is? This plastic, like silver cap is so ugly and cheap. The bottle shape, like all my other bottles fit nicely in my drawer. This just like stands like this, looking ugly. I've not tried it on my face. I've sprayed the mister and it smells quite nice. It smells quite perfumey actually, so maybe some people wouldn't like it, but I quite like the smell of it. It smells like a perfume, but not as strong as a perfume. So let's spray this on the face and see if it sets it, shall we? It's not the most gentle mister, but it's not spitty, so it's not put like blobs on my face. It does smell like it almost smells like a Huda product in terms of like the smell, but it smells like really nice. It's just if you're sensitive to scents, maybe you wouldn't like this. Looking at my monitor, which is maybe like half a meter away from me, I think my skin looks absolutely gorgeous, to be honest. I'm very impressed with that foundation. I was actually, like, me and Daniela, we either agree on products or we very like strongly disagree. So I was like, I'm either gonna love this or hate it, and I do currently really like it. I think my base looks lovely. I'm gonna go and have a monster break and a cuddle my cat break, and we'll be back and put some more products on and see how it all goes. Okay, this bronzer I have used since maybe for the past 2 weeks or something, 2-3 weeks. Emily said this to me. She also sent me that glitter. Emily's a babe and I owe her a big Christmas present. But she sent me this to try. I think it's like a TikTok brand. I'd never heard of it before, but I think it's, well, she bought this from TikTok. I don't know if it's like emerged on TikTok or what, but I'd never heard of it before, and then I got this package from them. I've got a blush as well and a sponge. This bronzer is so beautiful, so I have to shout it out on here, and I don't think it's too expensive. This is in the shade Santorini Lovin', which looks like this, and it's got a wee brush underneath. I would never use that, but it has a wee brush. It's quite a yellow toned bronzer, and that's why I think it suits my complexion so well. So I'm going to use my really cheap but lovely Technic brush with it. I just like always take off excess in the cap, but it's like a really buildable. I'll do like 1/2 of my face, and I just feel it's really buildable, and like you can really amp it up and go like for a crazy bronzed look, or you can keep it a bit more subtle. It's just like perfect. It's quite subtle but just very beautiful, and I just love the formula. It's just very blendable, pigmented but not too much. It's not like scary. Like I have the Melt bronzer, the new-ish, but I don't think I've used it on my channel, like Melt bronzers, and I feel like they're just so pigmented and like almost a little scary. And if you're getting ready for work in a rush, like I quite often am at like 4 AM, I can't be like panicking that my bronzer is going to be too scary and like unblendable. So I just have been reaching for this one. I think if I was doing like super duper dramatic makeup, I would then like add maybe Benefit Hoola on top or something, because this can be a little subtle. But I think for most of us, like day to day, that's what we kind of want. We don't want something that's like bam, you know. And she also sent me, along with that bronzer, like in the same parcel, a blush from them, and I've still not tried it. It's been sitting in my drawer Untried. This is Grey's I'm Blushing. Babe, I'm Blushing. This is in the shade Peachy Baby, and the reason I've not actually tried it yet, I've just swatched it, is because I've been really going for pink blush recently. I don't know why, I just have. So we can try it together for the first time. Maybe, look, a whole new product is actually new to me. Well, let's try this. I'm hoping this is like buildable as well, and I feel like a peachy blush is what I need for today's makeup anyway, because I would never do a pink blush with a blue eyeshadow look. That's a nice colour. I'm probably going to put a bit of Melt Silences Golden on top, just because I always do when I use a peachy blush, but on its own that is a very pretty colour. A blush is a blush. Like, I've got very, very high-end blushes, and then I've got £1 blushes, and all of them work the same. It's just about finding a colour that you like, I think. That's nice, right? It's a really nice colour. I'm going to go in, like I said, with a bit of NYX Silences Golden, just because, like, I have to. It's a very, like, corally peach, verging on pinky toned. I definitely prefer a more peachy peach on my skin, but that's why this NYX Silences Golden is great, because you can just help transform. Nice though, right? Everything's looking pretty good. I'm going to quickly contour. I don't have a new contour to show you, so I'm just going to use my, no, I'll not use that, I'll use my Catrice one, and then we will continue with hopefully another like new product. Do you know what? I don't have a new like new highlighter to use, but the other day, I said it in one of my videos, I got a big parcel from the BALM, which I honestly didn't realise was a thing, and someone else was like, I didn't think the BALM were still a thing, and one of the things was the Mary Luminizer, and I thought, oh, I've not used that in years, so let's pop this on and see if it's still like as good as I remember it being. I might just do a quick layer of this first. So let's try this. This used to be a holy grail of mine. I remember I saved up for ages to buy it. Still doing bits all these years later. Look at it, that's so nice. Does anyone still have this in their collection from like 10 years ago? Come on. I'm quite impressed. This is still really pretty. It's definitely more of a highlighter I would just wear to work. Like, it's not hitting me in the face. But it is pretty. Isn't it? Look. Right, let's have a look up close at my skin. Obviously, where I've put highlight on, it's picking up on texture, but look how yellow I look all zoomed in. But apart from that, like, I think everything looks pretty good. Why is it so yellow? That foundation looks lovely. Powder looks nice. I feel like my skin looks really nice. My under eyes are quite, I don't know, I'm struggling a lot recently with my under eyes looking like testicles, but I do try and ignore it. So if you could just ignore that too, that would be great. What do I need to do? I'm going to go finish off my eyes actually in the eye video, and then we'll come back and do a lip. I've got a drugstore lip combo that I've actually tried once, but I've never tried it on my channel, so I think you guys should see what it looks like, and it's really pretty and very inexpensive. So I'll be back. Shut up, Melissa. So the lip combo is going to be MUA. I went and tried to find TLC lip liner. Apparently they've discontinued it. I don't know why. So I couldn't get one for Debbie, who asked me to, which was really annoying. But I picked this up in Super Nude. The pencil, the lipstick, and the lip gloss, it was 3 for 2. This cost me like £5.50 altogether for 3 lip products. I was very happy. And I have worn this before, but not on here, I don't think. So I'll show you the combo. I can't talk and do this at the same time. I'm going to fill my lips in with it just so you can see the colour. But it's a very nice kind of, I'd say, warm peachy nude. Okay, that's the pencil. Then the lipstick is again in Super Nude. It's a very matte formula. That is that. It's not a patch on TLC. It's just not. It's not the right tone. TLC was a lot more like brown undertone. This is a lot more pink, so I'm actually not sure if I'm going to keep this on, but I'll show you it with the lip gloss on top anyway. This is again the shade Super Nude. I really like the colour, but usually I wear it at work when I've just got like a black, just like a plain black wing on. Not usually all this colour, but yeah, that's what it looks like. So that is the lip gloss. It's a very pretty combo, and I do like all the colours, but yeah, I don't think it's quite right for this look. That's it all swatched, so it all matches like really, really well. Yeah, I'm gonna change this just to some other generic nude, and then that'll be us done, and we'll do like one last bit of this, and then I'll come back in a while and see how it's all held up. Not too long, but in a bit. I was not feeling that nude at all, so I went in with HUDA RAJAH cream lipstick. Like, it almost looks like I put a gloss on. It's so shiny and beautiful, but it is just the cream lipstick. I really like this formula. I've got one in a much lighter colour, and it's stunning. It will move about. I wouldn't kiss someone in it, not that I have anyone to kiss. But if I did, I wouldn't do it in this lipstick. Yeah, I'm gonna piss off, float about with this makeup on for a couple hours and come back. I'm not gonna do a long wear test or anything on it, I can't be bothered. But I'll come back in a bit and we'll see how it's held up. But honestly, so far, absolutely loving how my base looks. Like, I've got to say, I feel like my forehead looks... I was on focus. I feel like my forehead looks very smooth. So that primer might be like quite a good forehead primer. But yeah, I'll do one more close up here. It's gonna go very yellow, but I feel like my base looks really, really good. Look at my forehead. Like, considering my deep set wrinkles, that's looking pretty lush. Ignore just under my nose because it is running a little bit, but I really like how my base looks. I think that foundation could very, very, very easily become a day-to-day favourite. Like, saving a lot of money by using a drugstore foundation at work would be great. So yeah, I'll go away and I'll come back in a bit and we'll see how it's held up, but yeah, not for too long. With the occasion. Okay, it's really not been that long, maybe an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. It's what? Yeah, it's 4 o'clock. Ha! Look at that picture. I love that you can change the pictures on the screensaver. They're so cute. Yeah, I really want to take my makeup off because I am blowing my nose a lot. And you can probably see it's all rubbed off. I got a lipstick on my chin. I gotta be honest. I mean, it's only been a couple hours, nothing's changed. A bit more oily around here maybe, just for me sweating, blowing my nose a few times. But yeah, and it's all rubbed up around here, but you can't hold that against it. You cannot hold that against it. I mean, the makeup in total has been on like maybe 4 or 5 hours, so it's still doing pretty well. I've got no complaints. I think that L'Oreal foundation could be a new favourite for like day to day, and like, yeah, not wearing like an expensive one. I think it could be really good for that. I also really like that powder, because I said to Danielle in a message, I was like, oh, I used that foundation and I powdered it down with this, and she didn't like the powder, but I really like it. Like, I feel very matte and secure that my base is like firmly on there. It's not going to come off, and I've blown my nose like 20 times and it doesn't look that bad, to be quite honest. The lipstick's obviously rubbed off, but it's a creamy formula. I've got to be honest, I was really impressed by these. I thought they did really well together. And these Grace products, I know I love the bronzer anyway, so that wasn't a shock. And the blush is really pretty. I think maybe for a different look, it'll be even prettier. That seemed to do really well. I really like it on my forehead. My forehead looks very smooth, to be honest. And this, whilst I hate the packaging, I do actually really like the smell. And I feel like it's not spitty, although it's quite an aggressive mister. It's not spitty and like leaving blobs on my face, and I feel like maybe that helped my nose makeup stay on a bit well through all the blowing. So I don't know, overall I'd say really good first impressions of a lot of these products, and like, I don't know, I think it went quite well. But yeah, I know it's only at 4 o'clock, but I'm pooped. I had a really late night last night, and like I said, I want to go watch movies in bed and just lie there and blow my nose and watch movies. So that's what we're going to go do. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give it a big thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below. Have you tried this? Are you gonna? I was very impressed by it. And subscribe if you haven't already. And if you want to support my channel on Patreon, the link is down below. We have a Telegram group and a Facebook group, and it's a really good time. And I'm gonna go give the boys some breakfast. You want some more breakfast? Breakfast is breakfast, lunch and dinner and supper to the boys. Do you want to see a boy? Will I get a boy for the outro? Come here. Oh, Saucy decided to run over. So yeah, well, we go get some breakfast and some treaties and some breakfast. Yeah? Look at those beans. Okay. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Bye. Don't hurt Mummy. That's a very uncouth stance. Slash.
Feels like